Shalom, Israel. On this Burnt Toast Tuesday, it's 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Time for this Bible to rock. Hey, we're about to get into a lesson. Y'all see the title? The title say, Ready to Die. That's the name of this lesson I'm going to get into. Hopefully we can get in here and out of here. There's a lot of little reading going on. So, hey, hope y'all had a good weekend, man. Hope y'all kept in tune with some of the classes that went on during the week. We got brothers putting in their work, doing classes on, Monday through Sunday. So it's always something to tune into. So you can't say I was bored. You can always get on their YouTube and go to our page, man. And there's a class somewhere every day. So that's one of the best things y'all can do is get on there and take a look and study with us, man. I mean, it's all praise to the other camps that's still out there doing classes, teaching our people. Hope our people just begin to start listening to the things that the Bible is saying to them. Like I said, the name of this class today, what we got here is Ready to Die. Ready to die. Y'all ain't ready. Is that what what's the name said? But here we're going to start this out, man. We're going to start today out with, let's start at Jeremiah chapter 20. Jeremiah chapter 20. See, because, man, when you doing in this truth, when you walking in this truth, man, we're going to go through a whole lot of things, man. We're going to go through a lot of trial, tribulations, bitterness, anger. You got to go through the same stuff our forefathers had went through. Jeremiah went through, man, they was threatening his life, trying to kill him a couple of times. They was sitting up there throwing him in jail. He went through everything, just pushing this truth. And we're going to read a little bit about it because Jeremiah wanted to give up, but that word was in his heart. There's a lot of times y'all be wanting to give up, but you got to stick to the word that you know that is true. Can't go off of feelings, can't go off emotions. Stick to the Bible. Because this is the thing that's going on. So let's read this first one. Let's start out Jeremiah chapter 20. We're going to start at verse 1. Now Pashur, the son of Immer, the priest, who was also chief governor in the house of the Lord, heard that Jeremiah prophesied these things. Then Pashur smote Jeremiah the prophet and put him in stocks that were in the high gate of Benjamin, which was by the house of the Lord. Jeremiah was out teaching the truth, going contrary to every doctrine that they had going out now. Just like we as Israelites trying to do, going contrary to every doctrine that they got. We always going against it because we can look at this Bible and say, no. It says this. It says that. It says this. And now all the little stories, that they was telling us and we believed all that time. Now we looking at it and said, man, y'all told us nothing but lies. So we always going contrary to everything because the thing of the Bible go contrary to this world. So that's what we do. We go contrary to this world because we go with the Bible. Let's drop down to 7. And it says, O Lord, thou hast deceived me, and I was deceived. Thou art stronger than I, and I hast prevailed. I am in derision daily. Everyone mocked me. He said, man, I'm in derision. On a daily basis, I'm in derision. I'm having problems. He's stressed out. He's stressed out at this time. He like, man, he going through a lot of different things, man, that I plunder daily. He said, I go through a lot of stuff, man. He said, they mocking me. Same way, young man, don't be ashamed, man. When they up there talking bad about you, passing by, and say these old funny looking words, say all this crazy stuff. Y'all in the cult. And that's the thing about America, man. It's always try to find a word that they can demonize you with. You remember back when they was during the times of the civil rights. If you was against the so-called white man, guess what? You was a communist. And they use these words. Every time you go against their system, oh, he's a conspiracy theorist. It's always a word they use. They always use a word to just try to demonize you with it. And that's what they do now when y'all like, oh, they in a cult. No, a cult, people get up, walk in and walk out. There ain't nobody trying to hold nobody there. We just gonna read this Bible. That's the thing about it. We read the Bible. And they be talking about a cult. No, we ain't trying to get you to drink that Kool-Aid and kill everybody. We ain't telling you can't go nowhere. We telling you, hey, do what the Most High God say. And we just at gathering to do the Most High God's laws, period. But they'll use that. And I notice it's starting to say it all the time. They people just out of nowhere. They're a cult. Didn't even stop to hear, didn't even stop to listen or anything like that. They're in a cult. First thing they say, you be like, where'd that come from? First of all, that's falsely doing it. But anyway, let's get back to the reading. For since I spake, verse 8, this verse 8, chapter 20, verse 8. For since I spake, I cried out. I cried violence and spoil, because the word of the Lord was made a reproach unto me and a derision daily. It was unto me, man. It was plundering me daily, man. Because when you read this word, man, you come up into sorrows of our people, and you kind of looking at how our people are going, and it's sad. And it's like, man. Almost sometimes, man, it's hard to even get answers because you look at your own people, and there's a lot of people you love that's still stuck in that world that will not come out. And you feeling so sorry for them and so bad for them. So is he. Jeremiah did the same thing. Then I said, I will not make a mention of him, nor speak any more in his name, but his words are in mine heart. Jeremiah wanted to quit. These people was messing with him so bad, coming at him so bad. But Jeremiah was like, man, I ain't finna even say the Most High God name. Every time I go out and preach this truth, I get in trouble. Every time I go out and preach this truth, my family members talking about me. Every time I preach this truth, all my workers at the job look at me crazy. That's when you want to give up. Jeremiah wanted to give up. That's come. Those are those things that come. But at the same time, we still must hold fast. We still must stay strong in this truth, man. And like I said, if Jeremiah prophet was getting the word straight from God and giving you these visions that was prophesying stuff that's going on now, this the same one. He had to go through a lot just to get those visions. So what makes you think you ain't gonna go through a lot? Yes, we finna go through a lot. I know times is comfortable right now. In a minute, it ain't gonna be too comfortable. Say, hey. Like our boy said, you can get your popcorn ready on this. Because this finna go down here in a little bit. You can see it building up in the news. You can see it building up on the internet. You can see it building up in these new laws that are coming out. It's getting crazy, man. This is verse 9. Then I said, I would not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name, but his word was in my heart as a burning fire shut up in my bone. See, when you got this word in and you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, sometimes you can't sit down on it. Think about it. If your bones is on fire, who can sit down when you on fire? Somebody get a match, put it up against your hand, see if you can keep that hand down. You can't sit down on this truth. So them people, if you just sitting at home and you just all you do is sit at home and get online, you ain't got that fire. Because when you got fire on you, you getting up. You can't sit down. You got to be with, you want to get out and tell somebody all the time. Then he said, but his word was in my heart as a burning fire shut up in my bones. And I was weary with forbearing and I could not stay. I couldn't stay there. You can't sit down when you're on fire. Go light yourself up. I'm going to see how many of y'all going to go, man. Let me just take a rest. You're going to get off your butt. You're going to be running around. You getting up. He said, I can't stay. I can't stay in this position. This word in me is like fire, man. Shut up in my bones. And then verse 10. For I heard the defaming of many. Fear on every side. Report say they, and we will report it. He said, man, whatever they say, they report all kind of bad stuff about it. He learned. They reported. Israelite, they cherry pick when they the ones cherry picking. The Israelite, they always reading out of context. Context meaning reading it right from the word. What y'all do is read out of context. Y'all don't even read out of context. Y'all just say out of context. Because you don't read Then when you read, you just say, forget the understanding. I see that, and I don't want to know how to find out anything else. I don't want to read the Bible like that, like the Most High told me to. I want to do this like I was taught in grade school. Well, you ain't gonna get it, Mr. Grade Schooler. For I heard the defaming of many, fear on every side. Reports say they, and we will report it. All my familiar watch for my halting. They waiting. They waiting for you to stop this. Hey, as soon as you stop and go back in the world, that's exactly what they're gonna say. I knew you. About time, boy. I knew you was gonna be back, baby. Here the blunt, baby. I knew you was gonna be back. Here. Snort this coke, man. I'm ready for you. Be like just getting out the penitentiary. You know how they be treating them Negroes that get out the penitentiary? They were throwing them big old parties for them cats. That's exactly what they gonna do when you get out this truth. They got everything waiting for you. But you better be aware, because that might be your last goddamn blunt you smoke. That might be the last square you smoke. That might be that might be the last girl you done slept with. But y'all better wake up, man. I'm trying to tell you, they waiting. It says, look, I'm gonna read it for y'all. Read it for with yourself. Read along. For I heard of the defaming of many, fear on every side. Reports say they, and we will report it. All my familiar watch for my halting, saying perhaps or peradventure he will be enticed. Perhaps he will be enticed. Let me show this Negro how much weed I got. Look, brother, got a whole look, brother. I got a whole half, man. We can smoke all night. Trying to entice him. Yeah, Shalom, happy new moon, past new moon. We celebrate that last night. It looked like it's over with now that the sun done set now. So hope y'all had a good time on new moon. But back to the lesson. Peradventure, he will be enticed. We shall prevail against him. Oh, they waiting. They're gonna try to entice you, and they can't wait. They wait for you. Hey, we're gonna prevail against them. That's why they keep coming. Here, baby, don't worry about it. Ain't nothing but a little pork. You got right. Let me make you a sandwich. It's a ham sandwich. You hungry, ain't you? It shouldn't matter what you eat. They try to get y'all doing it. Hey, it's for the. Why don't you just bring your kids over? So, I know you don't celebrate Christmas, but just bring your kids over. And so I got a couple of presents for them. No. They try to entice you. You might as well go on and turn up. It's your birthday. So I'm about to be 53 years old. I'm finna turn down. What you mean turn up, nigga? I'm finna sit my butt down, man. So should y'all. Let's turn up. Happy birthday. All that. Well, we're gonna see what it is about that birth. We got a scripture for that. We're gonna get to it later. And we shall take our revenge on him. And that's what a lot of y'all people are doing, man. A lot of our people, man, I'm talking about your people, your brothers, your sisters that you see out every day that's not in this truth, waiting for you to fall so they can get revenge on you. See, right now, they know they know in their spirit they can't mess with you. But they wait for you to come back out that truth. And they finna knock you across your goddamn head and take that wallet. Them niggas are gonna be taking everything, but they gonna take the fringes off. Don't know what to do with them, but they gonna rip your fringes off. They waiting on the revenge. They waiting. But the Lord is with me. Verse 11. But the Lord is with me as a mighty terrible one. He is as a mighty terrible one. You don't want God to be terrible. Like what he said, the great and terrible God. He said, but the Lord is with me as a mighty terrible one. Therefore, my persecutors shall stumble, and they shall not prevail. When you keep these laws, statutes, commandments, stand on this truth firmly. Don't go fighting. Don't get weary. Stand up strong and start saying, man, look, I'm not coming out of this. Despite all the temptation, despite how they're going to be trying to persuade you, despite how your lying butt pastor going to come back, I think you had it wrong, sister. I think you got it wrong, brother. You need to come back into the St. John's Missionary Baptist Church on Sunday. Because that's, God said Sunday is everybody. I mean, we can celebrate him every day. I don't know where that's at. You can celebrate him every day, but that ain't make it the Sabbath. He said, but the Lord is with me as a mighty terrible one. Therefore, my persecutors shall stumble, and they shall not prevail. They shall be greatly ashamed, for they shall not prosper. Their everlasting confusion shall never be forgotten. See, when they come against you, when you don't get out this truth, man, they gonna fail and they gonna stumble. Then they're gonna be ashamed because the truth gonna eventually come to them. They're gonna be ashamed. Oh man, yeah, they're gonna be ashamed when it's that time coming. When they start throwing this old New World Order stuff, because that's what they're about to do right now. It's going on. They got this stuff all playing. And they already planning to kill you Negroes. When they got this RNA foods now, forget the GMOs, they on some new stuff, RNA, and they trying to get right into our DNA and change it all up to kill us off. All of a sudden, you got young brothers now with heart diseases and a whole lot of young brothers that do not eat pork. But where they get this heart disease and what is that? The sugar at a young age like they are today because of what they already doing. They are genetically modifying us. They taking our genes and going right in there and doing lab surgery on it to how to make it directly go to them, to us. He said, but O Lord of hosts, that tries the righteous and sees the reins in their heart, let us see thy vengeance on them, for unto thee have I opened my cause. He said, hey, that's what you need to cry to. Turn around, face the east, or face towards the homeland, put them palms in the air and cry to the Most High. Say, let vengeance be on them. Because they trying to come at you. They going to be trying. And it says, sing unto the Lord. This is 13. Sing unto the Lord, praise ye the Lord, for he had delivered the soul of the poor from the hand of the evildoer. This is what the Most High is going to do. When you keep strong, stay strong in his truth, and keep doing what thus say the Most High. You ain't got no time to be slipping. This is not a time to be slipping, boy, because the kingdom of heaven is at hand, man. You go slip that one time, that might be your last slip. And you'll slip your way right out this truth, and then here it comes. Here come the Most High, crack that sky. Right when you back in this world, thinking you're going to dip back in and dip back out. You might not have that time no more. So there ain't no time out for that. Verse 14, cursed be the day wherein I was born. Let not the day wherein my mother bare me be blessed. And this was Jeremiah was saying, curse the day you was born. See, it ain't all about being born in this world. It's about how you leave this world. When you die, how you gonna die? You gonna die in sin, or you gonna be died doing the Most High God's thing? It ain't about your birth, it's how you die. He said, cursed be the day that I was born. Cursed be that day. Remember, we can go to what? Job 3:3. Let's go there. But Job was saying the same thing. Everybody, my birthday, let's turn up. They saying, forget the day I died. Forget that day. That day mean nothing. Because I'm born right into some midst of some nothing but wickedness surrounding me. When that baby opened his eyes and seen his mom and dad, he was looking right at wickedness. This is a blessing. No, he came in as a cursed child. That's what he came in at. Verse 3. Let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, there is a man-child conceived. The day that they said there was a man-child conceived, man, let that day be gone. Ain't no glory in your birthday. That's what all these babies say. Oh, that's a blessing. No, that's what the Most High been giving us children. Procreate. That's what I be hearing all the time. It's all these, well, my child, he was doing this, and my child, he was doing that. Oh, my child is so smart. Oh, my child, and then you be getting, man, when them children get to high school, you know how many times you got to run up there to the principal office to get this Negro out of trouble? You know how many times he done fake your signature on his progress reports and the report cards, took him back to school, hiding his grade? But he's smart, though. They always saying that. Don't tell me how that baby was born. Tell me how this baby gonna end up. And what are you gonna do to raise this baby up to be a child of the Most High or a child of this world? That's the important. That's the important part. That's what you need to know. That's when you want to have that guy doing when somebody died in his truth. This when the celebration is. You be like, man, he died in the truth. He died doing something for the Most High. We can celebrate. Because my debt is what took me out. Let's go to Jeremiah 15 and 10. Jeremiah 15 and 10. Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 10. Woe is me, my mother, that thou hast borne me a man of strife and a man of contention to the whole earth. That's how we was when we first were born. Already born with strife and with contention to the whole earth. I have never lent on usury, nor men have they have lent to me on usury. Yet every one of them do curse me. So all them people that's praising you, oh, that baby's so cute, them the one that hate you. Say sometimes they hate you because they won't even tell the truth. That baby ugly. How about you just tell them the truth? That baby ugly. I hope he grows up to something looking good, better than that. Won't you tell them the truth sometime? We always, every baby cute. Our baby's cute. No, they ain't. No, they ain't. I seen a lot of ugly babies. I wasn't a pretty baby my dang on self. I remember my son came out, they used that thing on his head, pull his whole head up. I looked at my son like, shit, that ain't my son. I'm like, this nigga got an alien head, look just like me in the face. I still this nigga ugly. That's how I realized how ugly I was when I seen him born. So I said, oh, shoot, that's how I look. He looked like me. I said, that nigga look ugly and wrinkled up. I guess that's what I look like. So I accepted this. Well, I said, I'm ugly. He ugly. He turned out to be a nice looking young man, though. I still remained ugly, though, but, you know, he did all right. So let's go to Luke chapter 16, verse 16. Did I finish that? Chapter 10. Yep, sure did. Let's go to Luke chapter 16, verse 16. Luke chapter 16, verse 16. The law and the prophets were until John. Since that time, the kingdom of God is preached. Every man presses unto it. At the time, the law of the prophets was all the way through till John at that time. Because now John is an introduction to the Christ, Yahushua. So he said the law and the prophets were unto John. Since that time, the kingdom of God is preached and every man pressing into it. Since that time when Yahushua came, the kingdom of heaven is pressed against. Everybody want to tear that kingdom down. Everybody want a piece of this thing. Everybody want to be included all of a sudden. But every kingdom wanted us down, destroyed. But now Christ came and gave salvation to you Israelites, and now everybody wants the salvation. They want everything. They just come and it's violence going on in America. It's violence to come against this truth. Let's go to Matthew 11 and 12. Matthew 11 and 12. So y'all ain't violent enough. And I mean violence, I don't mean right now getting out there and tearing up some stuff. I mean violent with this truth, violent with the word of God. Y'all got to get violent with this thing. He says 11 and 12. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence. The kingdom of heaven suffered violence. It's violence against the children of the kingdom. And who? And the violent take it by force. Who are the violent? Who are the violent? I'm talking about there's a fleshly violent, there's a spiritual violent. We need to be spiritually violent. because our enemy is coming carnally violent. We can't fight that carnal against carnal. But what we got that's stronger than our bodies is the spirit. So we need to fight this spiritually. We need to be violent in spirit because they are 100% definitely violent in this flesh. And y'all ain't violent enough. They starting wars. They killing babies. They sacrificing babies. You Negroes won't sacrifice your own body. They literally killing it. You can't kill off the sin that you got, that you still in the world on. But at the same time, we got to get violent in spirit. We got to get violent because the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. Let's go to Psalms 58 and 2. Psalms 58 and 2. Because some of us, I'm telling you, man, y'all always, hey, shalom and all this other stuff. It's more than that about that, man. This is a serious thing going on. Y'all got to get violent. Y'all got to stand up, man. Should be like a real military soldiers, man. Ready to go, ready to die if that's what it come down to. Psalms 58 and 2. Yea, in the heart ye work wickedness. Yea, weigh the violence of thy hands, of your hands in the earth. This is David talking about Esau. He's a violent one. That's why Esau was a hunter. He got the spirit of Cain on him. He was a murderer from the beginning. He's violent. Ask the world. Better yet, let me get that right quick. Job, chapter 12, verse 7. Before I move right quick. Job, chapter 12, verse 7. Show you this man violent. So yeah, if you don't believe it, this is what you can do. Verse 6, I'm gonna start at 6. The tabernacle of robbers and they that provoke God are secure, into whose hand God bringeth abundantly. The robbers God bringeth abundantly. Now it says, look, he said, but ask now the beast, and they shall teach thee. Go ask them animals. Go ask that innocent giraffe that's sitting up there trying to get the leaves out the top of the tree, and all of a sudden, here 30 or 6, or one of them elephant guns pop him in the neck. Then they call that hunting. Go ask them when they put a lion in a cage and then go right out and hunting. The lion can't get away. Go ask them mice that's getting used to experiment on. Go ask the monkeys that they're using to get experiment. Go ask them. The Bible said, but ask them the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee. Go ask the birds. The birds got a witness against them because the birds falling out the sky in droves because he poisoning the sky. Go ask them. They'll tell you. Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee. In the earth, go the earth, ask the earth. Who destroying, who putting all these chemicals? Nuclear waste. Rolled out. They put it right in the waters. Because and then there's in the water, and it says, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. The fish will let you know how violent these people are. How violent they are come against us. How violent they perform their violence. But we scared to even get in the spirit and perform our violence that the Most High God granted us. That's what we're not doing. Let's go back 2 and 5, Psalm 58, 2. Yea, in the heart 15:2. Yea, in the heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. They weigh the violence of their hand. They collect this violence. And they know how much they're doing. They know I need to press more over here. I need to do this over there. Drop a bomb over there. Poison them over there. Kill the air over there. Put this in that food. Put that in that food. Dissect this man so I can figure out more stuff to do to him. He said, verse 3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. So, look, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. That's why, man, the so-called white man can't tell me nothing, because I always believe he lying. Even when he telling the truth, he lying. Because that's what they do. They natural born liars, hiding their violence. Them the ones killing everybody but blaming everybody but themselves. I always got a way out when it comes to them getting caught red-handed. They be on videotape, caught red-handed. We know nothing. Month vacation. And here we get caught, no evidence, because some white lady said that wasn't even around, and she probably got one eye missing and the other eye looking down towards the ground, and they still convict you, give you life. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth the ear. It don't care about what you got to say. You can go to protest, march, do all of that stuff. They don't give a dang. They don't hear you. But y'all Negroes think that y'all being heard. Then they give y'all a Scooby snack every time you turn around. They give you a little old law to calm your butt down. And here you are jacking like a dog all on that little old snack. Then you done gobble that down so fast, look around and ain't no more. No, it ain't no more. That's all they giving you. So all they do is give us Scooby snacks every time. And we thinking that they hearing what we got to say. That's just so you Negroes won't go killing them. He said, which would not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. They charming never so wisely. That's what they do. Seducing y'all. Got television, got social media that y'all cannot get off of. Can't leave Facebook and Instagram alone. Be the same ones talking about Facebook and Instagram, but you the main one on there still posting pictures. When I'm posting Israelite pictures, get off the goddamn thing. You just, all you looking for is attention. And guess what? Them charmers are on there. Look at their commercials. You can't even be entertained without being drug induced, because their commercials are there to induce you. And that's exactly what's going on with our people, man. Being charmed. Charmed right out your kingdom. Charmed right out your salvation. And that is crazy. Let's go to Psalm. Let's go to 73 and 6. 73 verse 6. Verse 6. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Look, pride compasseth them about as a chain. See, when they wearing that gold chain, they running around here like Mr. T. Or maybe Ehud with all that gold around his neck, with them big old chains all on. They wearing that. See, that's pride. They wear that like, that's how they wear their pride. Like somebody wearing a chain, them doo-doo ropes that we used to have back in the day. That's how they wear their pride. Yeah, like a chain. Violence covered them as a garment. That coat, the shirt, they got everything they covered in is nothing but violence. Nothing but violence. Look what happened when they protest. They went to the White House. What did they do? They did something we would have been towed up for. Then get mad when they get prosecuted. Why y'all prosecuting us? Man, y'all just ran into the Capitol building. Broke into it. But it's like climbing a wall. I don't even know what you're climbing a wall for. They got stairs. Just doing stuff. They violent for nothing. Just for nothing. But guess who they call violent? They call us violent. Then we got these Israelites that's not in the truth. These youngsters raised by these old single parent households running around doing all this stupid stuff, proving everybody we violent. So when our people violent in the world, they use it as, see how Negroes are? No, that's how niggas are. That's not how Israelites are. Like Jerubbaal always say, so nigga ain't getting into the kingdom. If you claiming you nigga, you ain't getting into the kingdom. You can go ahead and say, hey, me might as well go and shoot up the house. Because you ain't making it to the kingdom. Not being a nigger. A niggard. Let's go to Jeremiah 11 and 8. 11 and 18, Salaki. Jeremiah 11, 18. Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 18. And it reads, and the Lord had given me knowledge of it, and knew it. Then thou showedst me their doings. See, this is when they was plotting to kill Jeremiah. And the Most High showed you what was going on, just like He showed us what they're planning on us. Those are the things. All that stuff is in the Bible. All that stuff is in the Bible. See, the Most High showed Jeremiah the same thing He's showing us now with His word. And the Lord had given me knowledge of it, and I knew it. Then thou showedst me their doings. But I was like a lamb or an ox that is brought to the slaughter. And I knew not that they had devised devices against me. Yes. He didn't know, but y'all know. Y'all didn't know until you opened up His Bible the same way Jeremiah didn't know till he looked into God's word, got the word from the Most High. That, man, they devising, they got stuff going on. They got think tanks right now. They got meetings going on right now. They collected together right now how to destroy you Israelites. How to keep your name down, how to make you look like you lying. Every time you stand up and say, we the true Israelite, they try to ridicule us. They try to come against us. They call us everything but the children of the Most High. Let us destroy the tree with the fruit thereof, and let us cut him off from the land of the living. They trying to kill you. Yeah, they trying to kill you. I don't know if you knew that or not. I don't know if it's a secret to you or not. But yes, they trying to kill you. Let me read that again. But I was like the lamb, I'm going to read it from the top. But I was like a lamb or an ox that is brought to the slaughter. And I knew not that they had devised devices against me, saying, let us destroy the tree with the fruit thereof. He said, let us destroy the tree. Yes, they going into your mother's womb. Why do you think the pregnancy of a black woman, the death of a black woman or the death of a child happens in the black family more than it occurs in all races? They devising devices. Why do you think the sugar is coming upon everybody? They devising devices. Why do you think young men now having heart attacks? So they getting stuff that we'd only seen when I was younger. That only happened to old people. Now that same stuff that used to happen to old people is happening to the younger people. They devising devices against me, saying, let us destroy the tree with the fruit thereof, your children too. And let us cut him off from the land of the living, that his name may be no more in remembrance, and no more remembered. They trying to get rid of us, man. Total genocide. For the likes of them, it's finna get more extreme. Because they try everything in the book. And they keep saying, man, why these Negroes keep just multiplying? So they finna go to the extreme. They not gonna give up. Just because you give up all the time, they're not giving up. They have it, they won't, and they're gonna continue doing it until the Most High returns. So you need to be spiritually fighting till the Most High return. Because ain't no relaxing time. They not relaxing. They doing their job. You need to do your job. You need to do your job. Verse 20. But, O Lord of hosts, thou judgest righteously and triest the reins and the heart. Let me see thy vengeance on them. For unto thee have I revealed my cause. Unto the Most High he revealed his cause. He said, let me see thy vengeance on them. But one thing he did, he said, hey, I know I'm going to be tried. So I stood within the trying times. I stood within the temptations and the trials that I had to go through. So now that I've done that, guess what? Now show me your vengeance on these people. See, we always asking for something. We never go through the procedures to ask and to get it, to receive it. See, he said, but O Lord of hosts, thou judgest righteously and triest the reins in thy heart. So he had to let it be known, y'all, you tried my heart. My heart is correct and it does what you say. So now that you see that I do that, then he asked, let me see thy vengeance on them. Then he asked that. We be like, go, God, just kill them, but they making me mad. But you ain't doing what the Most High God tell you to do, though. But you want this great vengeance done. They won't let me off on the Sabbath because you probably ain't doing what the Most High God doing, asked you to do. Because he the one that changed their hearts. He can change anybody's heart. So you need to make sure you doing what you're supposed to be doing. Some of y'all ain't gonna take this job because I gotta be doing this. I can't miss no feast day. And then you're broke. You're homeless. Ain't got a place to stay. No, you better take that job and take care of your family, especially if you got children. Get your life right, and the Most High open them doors for you. But everything we be doing is so out of order. Then we don't even like correction. Verse 21, this is 11 and 21, Jeremiah. Therefore, thus said the Lord of men of Anathoth, that seek thy life, saying, prophesy not in the name of the Lord, that thou die not by our hand. And that's what he was telling Jeremiah, quit prophesying in the name of the Lord, or we're going to kill you. That's what they was telling him. Therefore, verse 22, therefore, thus said the Lord of hosts, behold, I will punish them. He said, when you get your life right, see, you ain't got to worry about this body. That's what he said, vengeance is mine. We always worried about we want to cut them down. We want to tell them this. We want to go off on them. But the Most High said, man, I got this. You just do what I tell you to do and stand up with a strong spirit and get in this word, because it should be in you just like fire set up in your bone. See if you can sit down on some fire. Somebody go sit down on that in the tabernacles. That's what y'all should do at the tabernacle. See who can sit down on that fire. Therefore, thus said the Lord of hosts, behold, I will punish them. The young men shall die by the sword, their sons and their daughters shall die by famine, and there shall be no remnant of them. For I will bring evil upon the men in Anathoth, even the year of their visitation. He said, I'm going to bring evil upon them. I'm going to take care of them for you. You just take care of the business I put forth to you. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 18. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 18. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. See, they got this pride on them. See, a lot of times we be getting those secret things. That's why they put it right in your face. Because a lot of times, like they say, hidden in plain sight, they hide it right in your face because they pride. That's why they got to tell somebody that they did it. Oh, we did that. It's like terrorists. Blow up something. First time, hey, yeah, we did that. Hey, that was us. We did it. Yeah, we blew them up. We blew them up. That's pride. Pride. That's what America do. America, though, it's got that strange kind of pride, that old wickedness pride, where they stand up, I did it. I didn't do it. That's the kind of pride they got, boy. They got that old wicked pride, boy. I mean, their pride is stronger than everybody we ever dealt with, man. There's people right here. This is really the devil. This is really, really the devil that the Bible speaks of. He says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for a great tribulation. Because it's going to be a time, man, people are going to be killing for food. These times are coming, man. The kingdom of heaven suffer violence, and the violent taken by force. These violent son of guns are out here taking it by force. So what should we do? Take it back. But how we do it? We can't fight them carnally, so we got to fight them spiritually. So we got to get up and start spreading this truth all to the four corners. And it's going to take a lot of us, even the ones that just at home on the internet. Man, God dang it, get out. Make you a flyer too. Get out and start teaching this truth to people who don't know it, who haven't heard it in your area. It might not be Israelites there, but God dang it, you start them there. But the truth must go out. Must go out. Let's go to Judith, chapter 9 and verse 8. The book of Judith in the Apocrypha, chapter 9, verse 8. And it reads, throw down their strength in thy power, and bring down their force in thy wrath, for they have proposed to defile thy sanctuary, and pollute the tabernacle where thy glorious name rested. And now that tabernacle is us. They have, look, it says they have, look, it says they have proposed to defile the sanctuary, the pollute the tabernacle, because the tabernacle is here. When that was knocked down, he said, I'm going to build it back in us. And now that the tabernacles is in you, and that's exactly what they're attacking. They are attacking your tabernacles with cigarettes. They're attacking your tabernacles with poisons in the food. They're attacking your tabernacles with pork. They're attacking your tabernacle with GMOs, with RNAs, and whatever else they got. ABCs and 1, 2, 3, whatever it is they need to put in there to tear your tabernacle down. They're going to use it. Where thy glorious name rested. And that's where the Most High God rested in us. And to cast down with the sword the horn of thine altar. That altar is in you. He's trying to cast it down. He's trying to cast your glory down by coming and attacking against you every time you get out. Don't be ashamed. That's what he said. Joel, we should not be ashamed nor confounded. Isaiah 45:17. We should not be ashamed nor confounded. Don't be ashamed of this truth, man. And if you ain't wearing your fringes all the time, you're ashamed. I don't care who you think you are. You can make up any excuse you want. Well, they said I can't wear them. Well, who said that? Because I go to nitpick everybody's clothes. Why can he wear that? And why can she wear that, but I can't wear these? You got to be out your mind. You're kidding me. Because some of y'all be hiding the truth. I know how you play your game. I know how you play your game. That's why you wear your zeets. Your zeets on. Man, forget the dang on ZZ. Put a board of blue in the goddamn us name on there. Because it say four corners. Y'all think we always trying to do, oh, I'm going to hold on to the white man. Maybe he right. Maybe he right, so I'm going to throw them on me. See, I got shirts. I don't have shirts without fringes. So anytime I go and pull something out the closet, guess what? It's got fringes on it. That's what yours should be doing. I'm going to throw on these ZZs. Trying to look, I'm going to blend in, but not so much. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. 9 verse 8. Throw down their strength and thy power, and bring down their force in thy wrath. For they have proposed to defile the sanctuary, and to pollute the tabernacle where thy glorious name rested, and to cast down with the sword the horn of thy altar. Behold, their pride, and send thy wrath upon their heads. Give into mine hand, which am a widow, the power that I have conceived. Behold, their pride. They's a proudful nation, man. They proud to go against the Bible. They proud to come out to the streets and act like they proud to do that and go against the Israelites. They proud to make videos. Look in our comments sometimes. I'll be looking at some of the comments, white people, and there's always some white people who hate us. And why are you watching the video? The whole internet. That's way more channels than your goddamn cable box got. That means you got a lot more other choices to go to. But no, they pride, man. They pride can't keep them off your page. They pride can't keep them commenting on your Facebook thing because they always got something to say. They just can't just, I got to go there. I got to go there. Why are you here? Anything I don't want to watch, I turn it off. I turn it off. And so do you. The majority of us anyway. Let's go to St. John chapter 15, verse 18. No, I'm sorry. Salakia. Let's go to Sirach chapter 10, verse 12. Sirach chapter 10, verse 12. You know what scriptures these are. I ain't finna pass these up. Verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from God, and his heart is turned away from his maker. And Esau departed from God when he sold his birthrights. From the beginning, he departed from the Most High. And then he lived in pride. I don't need God. I'm a hunter. I gather my own food. I make my own money. I'm rich. The heck I need a God for? I'm my own man. That's what he is. He's a prideful son of a gun. And that's what he departed from the Most High as soon as he had the chance to for some meat. Some of that red pottage. That red pottage. He departed from the Most High. Verse 13, for pride is the beginning of sin. That means he sinned from the beginning. Soon as he was born, he was ready to sin. Made to sin. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that had it shall pour out abominations. And he got it. Esau got it. And guess what? He's pouring out abominations. You can do whatever you want. And even got Jay-Z, one of us Israelites, riding their coattail. Do as they will. Aleister Crowley, ain't that what he was saying? Do as thy will. Do whatever you want to do. It's okay. Curse our God. It's okay. Go against everything that God say, don't do it. It's okay. That's what they got in this kingdom. That's what they got going on. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that that had it shall pour out abominations. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. And that's going to be the later on what's happening to him. He's going to overthrow them. That's when Yahweh shall return. He's going to overthrow this kingdom because of their pride. Because of their pride, let's go to 15:1. Say in Sirach, chapter 15, verse 1. He that feareth the Lord will do good. If you fear the Lord, you will do good. You won't follow after these creatures. You won't follow after this world. And he that had the knowledge of this law shall obtain her. Shall obtain her. If you got knowledge of the law, then you're going to have the wisdom to fight this dang on devil. You have the wisdom to fight this devil. Let's drop down to 6. Verse 6. He shall find joy and a crown of gladness, and he shall cause him to inherit an everlasting name. That's what happens when you keep the law. But foolish men shall not attain this wisdom that's unto her. That's what this is, talking about wisdom. But foolish men shall not attain unto her, and sinners shall not see her. That's why they can't see what you're doing. You try to explain, you try to argue, you try to debate. They just can't see it, and you'll be just giving them straight truth, reading it right out the Bible, and they just cannot sin, like the way it said, the blind groping at noonday. Bro, it's the blind. It don't matter what time it is for the blind. It could be 12 in the afternoon. He can't see. He can't see 12 in the afternoon just as well as he couldn't see at 12 at midnight. And that's how our people are. And then that's how the other people, these other nations, they can't see it. So it's going to take a major disaster for them to even realize those are the children of Israel. It's going to take a major disaster for them to realize that we the children. Verse 12. What did I start at? Where did I start at? Let's see, 6. Let's go to 7. Now to 8. For she is far from pride, and men that are liars cannot remember her. Because see, wisdom is far from pride. See, you can't have pride getting this wisdom. You need to be humbled down to get this word. Because when you think you something and you start reading this Bible, you realize you ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. So that pride got to come off of you. And when you get rid of that pride, guess what? Then you'll start understanding and getting the wisdom of this Bible. But some of you just want wisdom so you can run out and say, oh, I'm like this, I'm like that, instead of humbling yourself down and saying, what does the Most High God require of me? But she is far from pride, and men that are liars cannot remember her. Praise is not seemly in the mouth of a sinner. See, the sinner don't even want to give the Most High praise. They give Caesar Borgia praise, but they won't give the God of this Bible no praise, because giving him praise and him meaning you got to put on these law, statutes, and commandments. And the church don't do that. The people in this world do not do that. But everybody praising God. But what is the God you serve? Praise is not seemly in the mouth of a sinner, for it was not sent him of the Lord. For praise shall be uttered in wisdom, and the Lord will prosper it. It should be uttered in wisdom, meaning these laws. That's how you praise the Most High, keeping his laws. Say not thou, it is through the Lord that I fell away. See, don't blame it on the Most High when you fall off. Don't blame it on the Most High when you fall down. That's what sometimes our people do. We always got excuses. And that's one thing that irks me. It's always an excuse. Never did we just, man, I messed up. I tripped out. I was wrong. I want to repent. My bad. Sorry. See, when you can't do that, that's pride you got. And we just read all of what happens with pride. All the accolades that come with pride. So now, what are we going to be doing? Man, look, praise ye, the praise shall be uttered in wisdom, and the Lord will prosper it. Say not thou, it is through the Lord I fell away. For thou oughtest not to do the things that he hated. Like what do you tell what's his name? Abel, Cain. If you Cain, if you do good, I would have been good to you. I'm paraphrasing. If you do good, you would have got good. If you do bad, you're gonna get bad things. That's what he told him straight up. Man, don't be crying to me because you did bad and then want me to bless you. You gotta be out your mind. Say not that he had caused me to err. Most High didn't cause you to err. And I be hearing that on some of our people out there. I be hearing on a lot of women in the truth. They got every excuse. Men, you got every excuse in the book. But you don't want to take accountability. Well, that right there is becoming the most dangerous thing in our community. Accountability. Accountability is worse than crack. It's like fentanyl running through this son of a gun. We don't want to take accountability for none of the stuff that we do. But we want to point the finger and blame everybody around us. That's why, man, when I used to be just dating and stuff, the first thing I had, no matter how beautiful a woman is, and they always talk about, well, where your boyfriend? Oh, I don't have one. Well, what happened to him? Well, we broke up. What happened? And she just get to blaming everything on the man. Or the man blaming everything on the woman. Okay, what did you do wrong? Nobody want to take accountability for their actions. They just want to blame somebody else and get pity. Not for that, because of their own actions. I'm going to blame him. I'm going to blame. I didn't do nothing wrong. I was perfectly okay. I was perfect till he came along. That's a lie. He said, verse 13, the Lord hated all abominations, and they that fear God love it not. He said, the Lord hated all abominations. And if you fear the most God, you should hate them too. He himself made man from the beginning and left him in the hand of his counsel. If thou wilt to keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness, he had set fire, that's all I needed, perform acceptable faithfulness. We got to be faithful in this truth. We have to be faithful in this truth. And let's go to Matthew 14, verse 1. Let's see who was faithful in this truth. Let's see what happened to some of these people, man. Matthew chapter 14, verse 1. Let me get there. And it reads, at the time of Herod the Tetrarch heard of the fame of Yahushua, that's Jesus, and said unto his servant, this is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. For Herod had laid hold on John and bound him, and put him in prison for Herodias' sake, and his brother Philip's wife. For John said unto him, it is not lawful for thee to have her. And when he would have put him to death, he feared the multitude because they counted him as a prophet. And here he is. They might take the man. See, a lot of times we in the truth. And John the Baptist out there, all he doing is preaching the truth of the Bible. He preaching the Bible to the people who know the Bible. But they don't believe that he's the Messiah is here. He's born. He's here. He's here. That man that you chasing, the one that you want to kill, guess what? That is the Christ. Man, put a man in jail. Here he is after this man age, and then not only put him in jail, he got his wife too. She ain't been on the street not one bit. So you women think you relax because you don't go on the street? Yes, you're part of this. You got a husband, you in it. You are attached to him. Y'all are one. And ain't no, let's be two now. Now when the police call knocking down the door, when the FBI busts up in his crib, now all of a sudden, oh no, that was him on the street. That wasn't me. I went to church Sunday, so that's on him. That's what, don't get to doing that because he's taking you to jail too. You going too. But when Herod's party was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod. Whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. And she, being before instructed of her, said, "Give me her John the Baptist's head in a charger." In a charger. John the Baptist's head on a platter is what that is. On a platter. And that's pride. Could have asked for anything. Anything. I'm on John the Baptist's head on a platter. John the Baptist didn't have nothing to do with that woman. And she, being before instructed of her mother, said, "Give me her John the Baptist's head." Because the mother told the daughter, "Ask for John the Baptist's head." The daughter said, you finna waste my gift for John the Baptist's head? But nah, that pride. These wicked ass mamas. And she, being before instructed, and Salakia, verse 9, and the king was silent, nevertheless, for the oath's sake, and them which sat with him at meat, he commanded it be given her. Now he could have changed his mind. If he's sorry, no, I can't do that. But baby girl, I can get you a pony. How about that? That's what he could have done that at that time. And he sent and beheaded John in prison. And his head was brought in on a charger, on a platter, and given to him to the damsel. And she brought it to her mother. And his disciples came and took up the body and buried it and went and told Yahushua. Like, God dang it. Yeah, man, when you out there teaching the truth, you gonna be facing death. See, y'all thought it was fun and games when you was on the internet watching and looking at it, and now you out here, now you done got in it, and then you on these streets, you finna be facing some death. They finna come. Jacob's trouble gonna be going down. If you not ready to die, don't be in this truth. Don't be on the street, because you gotta be ready to die. I ain't just saying just because you're on the street, you can be at your job. When they see them friends on you, they gonna know. Like I said, them people look, and whether you know it or not, they go and look it up. Although these Negroes don't know what friends are, I notice one thing, a lot of them Edomites, well, when they see them, they go right to it. I like your fringes. I like those fringes. Here, when I would have seen them, I didn't know what they was when I first seen them. Had no clue. And that's how our people are right now. They don't know what they are. What's them things around your shirt? What them things is? And they'll say it just like that. Just ghetto as hell. What them things is? Shoot, fringes. What fringes do for? They should be doing for speech, what they should be doing. But nah. See, our people don't be knowing, but they know. They know. They know. Let's go to let me see where I want to go with this. Let's go to Acts 6. Let's go. Let's look at somebody else who died. Let's look at somebody else who died. Acts chapter 6. And we're going to start at 1. We're going to start out at 1. And you know who we going into. We'll look at somebody else who had to die in this truth. Let's go. Verse 6, verse 1. And in those days, when the number of the disciples was multiplied, there arose a murmuring of the Grecians. Of who? Of the Grecians against the Hebrews. They were always against us. The murmuring of the Grecians, the so-called white men. I know y'all don't believe it. Who are the Grecians? Alexander the Great. And it ain't what one body be talking about with that bull crap. Talking about black men. That's a lie. That is not what's happening. Talking about this so-called white man. I know you need more money to pay for that goddamn land, but at the same time, you ain't got to go recruiting your enemy. And in those days, when the number of the disciples was multiplied, there arose a murmur of the Grecians against the Hebrews because their widows were neglected in the daily ministrations. Now they murmuring. That's what they doing. That's exactly what they doing, trying to get our women against our men. So y'all women ain't got y'all doing nothing, you know what I'm saying? Look at it. How come he run everything? Why he do that? Why he do that? And that's why women be thinking, oh, they get to do it over there. How come we can't do this? How come we can't do that? Because the Most High send things back in order because we all out of order. That's why. And it's the so-called white man that's got you on your, that's the same thing they've been doing with the parent. We're going to get into some more of that later on too. Scripture's going to keep following and keep on bringing it out all day long. Let's go to chapter 7, verse 51. Chapter 7, verse 51. Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised and hardened ears, ye do always resist the Holy Ghost. You always resist these commandments. As your father did, so do ye. So do you. You always resist the Holy Ghost, as your fathers, the forefathers did. So now it's telling you this, as the forefathers did. Now a lot of them thinking, oh, the Holy Ghost didn't come until after. No, the Holy Spirit been there. Been there. Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised and hardened ears, you do always resist the Holy Ghost, as your fathers did, so do ye. So do ye. Which of the prophets have not your fathers persecuted, and have slain them which showed before of the coming of the just one? See, our forefathers, what happens? Every time they teach the truth, we always plotting to kill them. Because they be pointing out all the bad stuff that we're doing. Our forefather that was righteous always had a plan to kill them. People hate the truth. People don't like you telling them what they really doing wrong, especially when they've been brainwashed to thinking that everything that they're doing is okay. No, my God forgives me. Well, what God do you serve? He'll forgive you when you repent, turn away and leave it alone. Don't go doing it no more. But he ain't just going to forgive you, let you just do whatever you want. They say, come on in the kingdom. That makes no sense. All you have to do, I'll just say that Jesus Christ is in your heart. He rose from the dead, and just believe that, just say that, and you'll be saved. Now everybody, all the Christians done went and did that. Then they run out doing what they want to do. They done got that. Well, I said that and it. Then that whatever they got for the Muslims, they go and say that and chant whatever they say that get you saved over there, just so they can be saved. Then they go some Buddhists. What y'all worshiping? How y'all be saved over there? What it is? Yeah, let me get some of that. To get some of that. What about the Hindus? Let me get some of that. Yeah, whatever it is, y'all get saved. And then we grab that, say they little saying. We just said them all. Now we just say, just like we do Christianity, get the Bible and just, it's a covering to pretend like you got saved. And you ain't getting saved because you done say, oh, I believe that Jesus Christ is in my heart. You know everybody gonna be saying that. Even the ones that go against the Christianity now, it'll be the same ones that say it as soon as trouble come upon them. But they ain't going to do no commandments, though. But they going to say that. Which of the prophets have not your fathers persecuted, and they have slain? This verse 52. Which of the prophets have not your fathers persecuted, and they have slain them, which showed before of the coming of the just one, of whom ye have been now the betrayers and murderers, who have received the law by the disposition of angels and have not kept it. You got the law by spirit. You got it, but you didn't want to keep it. You didn't keep the law. And it came to you by the disposition of angels who gave it to us. But we didn't want to keep it. We didn't want to keep it. Most High gave us a beautiful thing, but we wanted the ugly woman. We like that ugly girl. Then you wonder why her pimples keep busting in your face. That's what we like. We like tough. Verse 52. No, I'm sorry, Salaki. This is verse 52, but in the middle. And they have slain them which showed before of the coming of the just one, of whom ye have been now the betrayers and murderers. Now we don't become betrayers and murderers. We have, because he is preaching to Israelites. What's so bad about it? He's giving them the truth. All they doing is going back and repeating history. Repeating history. Same thing we be doing. Just telling you how everything went in history according to the Bible. And that's exactly what he's doing. Who have received the law by the disposition of angels and have not kept it. And when they heard these things, they were cut to the heart, and they gnashed on him with their teeth. But he, being full of the Holy Spirit, looked up and steadfastly into the heaven and saw the glory of God and Jesus standing on the right hand of God. Boy, this is crazy. And said, behold, I see the heaven open and the Son of Man standing on the right hand of God. And then they cried out with a loud voice and stopped their ears and ran upon him with one accord. Look, they cried, ah! They act like little children. Cry with a loud voice, then stop their ears. I ain't trying to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Ah! Pick this up and start, and then here they go. Go to beating on this man. Because he telling you telling the truth. And all he doing is re-saying everything that's in the Tanakh and the Torah. And cast him out of the city and stoned him. And the witnesses laid down their clothes at the young man's feet, whose name was Saul. And they stoned Stephen, calling upon God and saying, Lord Yahushua, or Lord Jesus, receive my spirit. And he kneeled down and cried with a loud voice, Lord, lay not this sin to their charge. And when he had said this, he fell asleep. They killed this man for telling them the truth. So, are y'all ready to die? Because this is what come with this territory. This is what come with this. This is what come with this. Let's go to John 21. John 21. John 21:18. Verily, verily, I say unto thee, when thou was young, thou girdest thyself and walkest whither thou wouldest. But when thou should be old, thou shalt stretch forth thy hand, and another shall gird thee and carry thee whither thou wouldest not. When you get old, there should be another people following right in line, right behind us. That's going to be, hey, they got to carry. They got to carry us. This spake he, signifying by what debt he should glorify God. And when he had spoken this, he said unto him, follow me. Then Peter turning about, see it. Then let me show you this right quick. Verily, verily, I say unto thee, when thou was young, Thou girdest thyself, and walkest whither thou wouldest. But when thou shalt be old, thou shalt stretch forth thy hand, and another shall gird thee, and carry thee whither thou wouldest not. Carry thee to the grave. He's telling Peter how he's going to be put to death. He's prophesying about Peter. Because Peter going to say, because remember when Peter's like, oh, I'll die with you, but I won't deny you though. He said, yeah, you will. Yes, you will. Then Peter, verse 20, then Peter turning about, said the disciple whom Jesus loved following, which also leaned on his breast at supper and said, Lord, which is he that betrayeth thee? But that's all I needed on that one. But that's what he was doing. He was prophesying, just letting Peter know he's got to die for this truth. He's going to be dying for this truth. Let's go to John 7:7. St. John chapter 7, verse 7. The world cannot hate you, but me it hated, because I testify of it, that the works thereof are evil. See, the Most High, when you do what following Christ, you tell the world how evil they are. And you show them why, by bringing out the commandments. And when you're showing them in the commandments, that's what they do. They begin to hate you. Man, ain't no more hate than when we read this Bible. People hate you to read that Bible. Now put that up. Don't read that. So you just want me to talk to you. And I can tell you anything. But that's cool. But to read it, no, don't do that. They hate you in the world, and they tell you, the world cannot hate you, but me it hated. See, it ain't us they hate. It's who in us they hate. It's who in us they hate. Let's go to John, stay in John. Let's go to 12 and 25. And 25. He that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it in it unto life eternal. And that's what people be like, I love life, and that's what everybody always say. You're supposed to love life. You're supposed to live. Hey, get it how you live. You're supposed to be live it up. I hate this life. I didn't never know why I hated this life when I was younger. I always say, is that all we get? We just be born, be poor, and then we die? That's what I used to think about life, really, literally as a child. Because I'd be like, man, my dad struggled. My dad had a good job for a while, then lost it, then got a job, then lost it, because they were just going out all kind of stuff. Not that he got fired or anything, he was going out of business. And he was just, man, it was a struggle. And the same thing, man, with all of us. We go through a lot of struggle. Nothing I can be proud to be talking about. Man, I love this place. I hate America. I hate its laws. I hate the way the world works. I hate who running the world. I hate the way this thing is. I hate being on the bottom. And you should too. You should hate being on the bottom too. Let's read that again. He that loveth his life shall lose it. If you love your life, you'll lose it. You're going to lose it. Because you ain't going to get the kingdom. If you love in this world and all this stuff that's going on, you ain't in the kingdom. And he that hated his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal. Eternal. Let's get some serious people that's in this truth. Let me show y'all something. Let's go to 2 Maccabees chapter 2, 2 Maccabees chapter 7. And I hope y'all have read this story, man. I know a lot of people, a lot of them I always tell to read, because this right here, this right here is what Israelite is being, man. 2 Maccabees chapter 7, we're going to start at verse 1. We're finna go through here right quick. Chapter 7, verse 1. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh. And see, the king now coming right to them, saying, "Man, you eat this swine flesh," trying to make them break their laws to make him feel powerful and get them to go against their God, their real king. It came, and he said, and were tormented with the scourges and whips. They were beating them already with scourges and whips. Eat this, eat this. And y'all be thinking it's okay to eat swine. Let's see what they went through in order not to eat that swine that some of y'all think is okay. That the Jewish community say it's kosher swine. What is kosher swine? Kosher pork. No. But one of them that spake first said thus, "What wouldst thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die. We are ready to die. We are ready to die. Are you ready to die?" Some of you don't lie. I'm ready to die. Till you hear the first gunshot. Pow! No, I'm not. I surrender. Then you realize he wasn't even shooting at you. He was shooting at a bird. You already surrendered. Tell me, I'm ready to die. But one of them that spake first said thus, "What wouldst thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die, rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers." Then the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and caldrons to be made hot, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first. He took out the tongue. They ain't just killing them. They torturing them. First is the tongue. Let's see what else they had to go through. That spake first, and to cut off the uttermost parts of his body. All these other members, they just cut them off. This nigga rolling around like a torso. They done cut all kind of stuff off. They cutting out all the outer parts of his body. Toes gone. Fingers gone. Arms gone. They torturing me. That's wicked. He said, which forthwith being heated. Okay, I'm sorry, Salaki. Othermost, I'll read that again. Which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut off the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off the uttermost parts of his body. The rest of his brother and his mother looking on. Here's 7 children. One of them right now is over here, while the rest of them looking along. While they didn't cut off everything on this man. Now, when he was maimed in all his members, he commanded him being maimed. They touching him and stuck needles in his calves and then tied his penis in a knot. They torching the crap out this man. He ain't got no fingers, ain't got no arms. He just a rolling torso, just rolling around on the ground. Everything gone. And he's still up, Negro. He's still there. Saying still don't want the pork. Still don't want to break the laws. Still want to put on his fringes. Still keeping the Sabbath. Still keeping the feast days. Still gathering with his brothers. This is what he'll go through. We won't go through nothing. As soon as somebody say something to you, it made me feel bad. I had to leave that camp. He didn't do what I wanted him to do when I went up to him. So I went ahead and left. I had to go. Because when I had brought that to him and they didn't bow down to what I was saying. So I had to lead him. Now when he was, or like the other brother, well, I didn't get moved up, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I had to go, man. Man, when he was maimed in all his members, he commanded him being yet alive to be brought to the fire. Boy, still bring him to the fire. And they had to literally bring him because all he was a torso left and to be fried in a pan. Fried. They know we like chicken. They were like, let's fry the nigga. Let's fry them like they fry chicken. frying them in the pan. Sound like one of them, I can bring home the bacon. I can bring home the Hebrew. Fry them up in a pan. And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, it was hot. They exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus, the Lord God looketh upon us, and in truth had comfort in us, as Moses in his song, which was witness to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants. So when the first was dead, after this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. Now they mocking him. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they scalped his brother. They scalped his brother, but they tell you the Indians were the ones scalping. Don't you know it wasn't the natives who scalped. The natives, when they started scalping, they was getting white men back because of what they were doing to them. Because when you killed an Indian, you got a price for it. So you didn't want to take the body back. So what the white man would do was scalp the scalp off of them, take the scalp back so they can get paid. But they turn around and tell you that the Indian was doing all the scalping. As we can see all the way back at the time the Grecians was there, the rise of their empire, they were scalping then. Remember? 58, they born liars. Natural born liars. Natural born liars. They try to make that Indian look like he was the devil. He's the red man. No, he wasn't a red man. Look on the Washington Redskin helmet. They had a brown man on there. But they said Redskins. That's so they were trying to put their identity on somebody else. So when you do see red in the Bible, you'll be like, oh, Edomites must be the Indians. They must be the native Indians. White man throw it off. Because what was the reason that Christopher Columbus called them Indians? Because they look like the East Indians. When you look at the East Indians, what were they? Dark skin. From light to brown, from light to different shades of brown. But then all of a sudden they red. See how he just put his name off of himself and threw it a tag on somebody else? That's what a fugitive does. When you try to hide who you are, that's what you do. Steal their name. Steal their name. Because even the Greeks, they were black people when they took this land. They stole their name. The Germanics, the Celts, the Celts, what they call them. All them, Japhites. Different nations of Japhet. Moors, black. Took all their names. We're going to kill them, hey, we beat them. We'll hide here. What are y'all going to be called? The Germans. What were they? Germans, yeah. The Celtics. The Celts, the Gauls. That's what they were. Let's go back. Second Maccabees chapter, where we at? I don't need to put my finger here, make sure. So when the first was dead, the verse 7, so when the first was dead after his manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat? You gonna eat this swine? Before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body. He said, before we do the same thing we did to your brother. But he answered in his own language, and said, no. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order, as the former did. Now he ain't got no say on his goddamn scalp, and he finna be dismembered. He's a torso. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, "Thou like a fiery takest us out of this present life. But the King of the world shall raise us up and have died, who have died for his law, who have died for his law, who have died for his laws unto everlasting life." If you're not ready to die in the truth, you're not ready to go to the kingdom. Some of us got to be put to death in this life, teaching this truth. But y'all scared. I always like to make jokes. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. And you scared than a mug. You scared as hell. Don't be scared. Be the scariest one in the group saying that. Scariest one in the group. And let's go to Revelation 2 and 10. We're going to come back to that. Let's go to Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Get a little something with your scary ass. Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. See, I ain't never liked going to prison, never wanted to go to prison. That's why I tried my best to obey the laws. I did not like or I want to go to prison. But at the same time, if I had to go to prison for anything, it'll be because I'm keeping God's laws. That I would go to prison for. All this other dumb stuff, because a nigga did this or they did that, or I'm going to get this, and no, forget that. I'll do this. That's the only time I'll be willing to go to the penitentiary, is because I'm keeping the Most High God's law. Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, that ye may be tried, that ye may be tried. Just because you're going to prison don't mean that's your final destination. I'm just going to prison so I can be tried, so I can stand on the word of God and then be coming right up out of this. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death. Be thou faithful unto death. I got faith in this dead, because the fact that the matter, if they kill me, this is what the brothers is doing over here in Maccabees. That if they kill me, hey man, I'm doing what the Most High God say do. I take a debt doing that. I don't want to take a debt from something stupid, like taking drugs, or playing Russian roulette, or having sex and mess around and getting AIDS, or smoking up everything, mess around and get cancer. I don't want that debt. But the debt for doing the law, statutes, and commandments, I take that debt. I know some of y'all won't, because you're scarier than a mug, little scary ass. Man, I'm back, man. That is crazy, boy. Right in the middle, my internet just went off. It's the same thing happened to a boy. I done connected to another what's name. Boy, that thing was going and it just turned off, man. I tell you. But I ain't went nowhere. I had to stop. So, yeah, I ain't missed nothing. It's right back where we started. So, but right now is, let's go, where we at? What it did was throw my class off, throw my mind off. Matthew 10 and 22. Matthew 10 and 22. I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of the Lord. You're the reason why so many brothers lying in the morgue. Matthew 10 and 22. And it reads, and ye shall be hated of all men for my sake. So when you're in this truth, you can't be looking for no love. Not no love from this world. You can't be looking for no love. Some of y'all still Negroes still want to be popular. I'm going to be the biggest rapper I can be. I want to get a contract. Contract for what? Give up your vows? They got to give into a Baptist message and to go into Christianity when the world want them. When they, it's the God in me. Well, what's that? Them gospel singers. Them mothers ain't got nothing to do with no Most High. Even though they say some of the best songs I ever heard. Number downright devils. They doing just like the world, boy. They ain't talking about they not of the world. No, y'all right at the world. You just, all you are is a little old control factor. That's all you are, 10 and 22. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that endured to the end, he that endured to the end. So you're not saved, but you got to endure to the end. Shall be saved. When you endure to the end, dumb Christianity. Y'all so stupid, man. I mean, y'all just so stupid. Christianity is stupid. I'm saying it because I was in it for a long time. A long time. And every time I read this Bible, I look and see how stupid I was. I was ignorant, throwed off into that church, boy. I mean, just stupid. Let's go back to chapter 10. Let's go back to chapter 10. No, hold on, before we go there, let me get James 1 and 12. Let me get James 1 and 12 before we go back to it. Dang. Man, my James is left. James chapter 1, verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, and brother, these brothers are getting tried right here. Y'all be thinking y'all went through some stuff. You ain't went through nothing when you read this. You ain't went through nothing. When he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. And it's like what else said in the other one. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempt he any man. Any man. Let's go back to 10. Matthew 10. Second Maccabees chapter 7, verse 10. Second Maccabees chapter 7, verse 10. After him was the third made a mocking stock. And when he was required, he put it out his tongue, and that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully, and said courageously, these I had from heaven, and for his laws I despise them, and from him I hope to receive them again. And for his laws I despise these hands, because these hands done did wickedness. So you go ahead and cut these mothers off. Cut them off all you want. They weren't doing nothing bad for me anyway. That's why I'm in trouble now. That's why you up here poking me all over the place with these needles and cut my tongue and all this other stuff off of me. Got my toes in the basket. I know you can take them hands. I didn't need them anyway. They weren't doing me nothing but bad. So now, boy, they making mockery of them. Yeah, after they try to make him a mocking stock, they trying to mock him, but he coming back like, man, okay, take him off. And he, like I said, and said courageously, courageously, these had I from heaven. Most High gave me these, and from his laws I despised them, because I broke his laws with these hands. So I despise these hands. You can have them, cut them off. You can take the feet too. Because I ran into mischief with these feet. So if you want them, take them off. The Most High gave me them too. And from him, hope to receive them again. And from him, meaning after my rebirth, when the resurrection comes, I'll be right back, and hopefully he'll give them all back to me. So I do what you got to do. I trust in the Most High instead of you. I don't trust you. I don't give a damn. You want to kill me? Do what you got to do. Whatever it is you're going to do that. Do that. Now, when this man was dead also, they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner. Then the fourth one got done the same way. So when he was ready to die, are you ready to die? So when he was ready to die, said thus, it is good being put to death by men, to look for hope from God, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, as for you, Edomites, as for you, white folks, guess what? As for you, thou shalt have no resurrection to life. You ain't getting it because you ain't got it. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. You know that. You know that. Chapter 12, verse 16. Love this scripture because it break their butt off. 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, because that's who was doing this. These God-darn Grecians. That's who was doing it. Who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Like I said, he said, I don't need no God. I sell my birthright to the Most High for a piece of meat. For you know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. Cry, baby. And you still ain't gonna get it because you ain't got it. Now let's go back. Let's go back to 15, verse 15. Afterward, they brought the sixth also and mangled him. They mangled him. Then looked he unto the king and said, thou hast power over men, thou art corruptible, thou doest what thou wilt, yet think not that our nation is forsaken of God. Just because you did all this, don't think that we gone. Don't think that we ain't gonna come back and you ain't gonna get done to you what you're doing to me. Let's go to Romans chapter 11. Yeah, Negro. Yeah. It says, I say then, has God cast away his people? God forbid. Hell to the no. For I also am an Israelite and the seed of Abraham of the tribe of Benjamin. So, man, he's like, man, no, just because y'all doing this, guess what? God still ain't cast away his people. Why? We right here. And we going to stay here. So go ahead and do what you got to do. Cut these toes off. Do what you got to do. But some of y'all, and I know some of us just not going to want to do that. Some of us going to bust out crying, and all they got to do is take a hair out your chin. A piece of hair. Oh, no, what you want me to eat? Give me the lobster and the crab and some of them shrimp. Hell, I'll take some of them roaches too if that's what I got to do. Let's go back, verse 17. But abide a while, and behold his great power, how he would torment thee and thy seed. After him, he said, y'all gonna get it. After him, he said, torment them and thy seed. That's like Isaiah 14:1. Prepare slaughter. He gonna torment y'all for doing this to us. Although you killing us, guess what? We ready to die. And if we not ready, we getting ready to die. We getting ready. Some of us ain't ready, but some of us need to be getting ready. Because it's that time. It is that time. After him also they brought forth the six, who being ready to die said, be not deceived without cause, for we suffer these things for ourselves, having sinned against our God. Therefore marvelous things are done unto us. He said marvelous things are done unto us. So he's repenting. He is telling them, hey man, we know. So you can't have that pride. You got to admit that you did wrong. You got to admit to stand up that you hadn't did anything right. That's what he's telling these people. Man, we getting this because we messed up. That's why it's happening to us. He called it a marvelous thing. He called it a marvelous thing. Let's go to James 1:13. Because we stopped at 12. Now I want to go to 14. Because we had stopped at 13 when we right in that same book. And I want to go back to that book. That's that book with them tennis shoes on that keep running. And we're going to start at 14. But every man that is tempted, when he is drawn away of his own lust, and they know that they and entice, and then when the lust conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. That's why he called it a marvelous thing, because he know what God is saying doing, but he's saying I repented, but I still got to pay for the things that I've done. I still got to pay for the things that I've done. So this is a marvelous death that y'all doing. Because I know I sinned, I repented, but at the same time, the sin still, see, sin got a purpose. See, the thing about it, sin is not disobedient like you Negroes are. See, sin does what it's told to do. It brings forth death. For the wages of sin is death. It's doing its job. It's just waiting on you. And when you cross over and get into that, it's saying, yeah, I got you now. You know what I do? I do what I do, nigga. I'm saying, nigga, I do what I do. I kills, nigga. I kills, baby. I kills. That's what sin say. Exactly what sin do. And that's all they're doing. They're just waiting on you. It's just waiting on you. Let's go back at 19, verse 19, 7 and 19. 2 Maccabees 7 and 19. But think not that thou takest in hand to strive against God, that thou should escape unpunished. Don't think that just because y'all doing it, don't think because they treating us like this, they're going to escape unpunished. And if any of you Edomites even watching this thing, or even watch it later, y'all not escaping. I don't care what y'all think. I don't care what religion y'all bring up. Y'all not escaping. I don't care what Negro y'all put up in front of us and think that he's going to get you out because he's saying something. I don't care. You're not getting away from your punishment. Period. Period. But the mother was marvelous above all and worthy of honorable memory. For when she saw 7 of her sons slain within the space of one day, she bare it with good courage. After she seen 7. Now that's gotta be loving your child. When you see 7 of them die right in front of you, dismantled, cut up into pieces, and then fried like she got a 7-piece chicken dinner over there. She got a 7-piece Hebrew dinner over there. They fried them. And after she watched them. She watched them. And then she got courage because of the hope that she had in the Lord, in the Most High. She got hope. Now, y'all want to go down, get down on yourself as soon as something stupid happens because you lost your job and you want to get down on yourself. This woman said she got courage because, and I've seen 7 children die. You weak Negroes, wake up. You man, put your big boy drawers on. Women, put them big thick panties on. Get out that little thin thong, put them thick ones on. So y'all need to go back to them big old bloomer things that go all the way down to your knees. Man, put those things on. Man, come on, get in this truth and do this thing. Don't be worried about it. Yeah, we might have to die. But oh well, if you need to pull out the same scriptures they telling you. So they fighting. I ain't even worried about it. I'm telling you, they ain't got to do much touching on us. They're going to be talking about, look, man, eat the pork, or I'll pull it. How much of the pork do you want me to eat? That's how, man, strengthen up, man. We got to get back, strengthen up, man. Yeah, she exhorted every one of them, this verse 21, in their own language, filled with courageous spirits, and stirring her up her woman's thoughts with a manly stomach. She said unto them, I cannot tell how ye came into my womb, for I neither gave you bread nor life, neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you, but doubtless the creator of the world who formed the generations of men and found out the beginning of all things will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again, as ye now regard not your own self for his law's sake. For his law's sake. He said, now she's telling about her son, for his law's sake. And Antiochus is thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech, whilst the youngest was yet alive, did not only exhort him by words, but also assured him with oaths that he would make him both rich and happy man, if he would turn from the laws of his father. Now here this man already lame. He done cut pieces of the man off of. Now he's going saying, man, look, man, God dang it, it's the last one, man. Shoot, man, God, just look, man. I'll make you rich. I'll make you happy. I'll give you everything you need, man. Just give up your laws. God dang it, why is this so hard? Why? Just give up your laws, man. Yeah, ain't that what they promised us? Ain't that what they promised us today? Just stop doing it. Just get a 501c3 and we would let you get a good building for dirt cheap so we can cut you down later. Yes, just give in to the system. Please just go to church on Sunday. Please. Please get off them streets. That is not what y'all supposed to be doing. Please stop it. Stop it. Oh, stop it, please. And that's exactly what they're saying. Now, Antiochus thinking, he said, if we turn from the laws of his father, and that also he would take him of his friend and trust him with affairs. I'm going to be friends with y'all. I'll be your friend. You cow. How you going to be my friend? Negro, you just cut off my toes. We ain't nowhere in the world we can be friends. No, but that's what he's saying. But when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother and exhorted her that she should counsel the young man to save his life. Let's go to Isaiah 3 and 12. Y'all know you heard of this. I know you heard of that, because the fact of the matter is, that is what they did with the Willie Lynch syndrome also. See, in order to get to the man, they had to go through the woman. See, they looked and seen a stronghold with these men. So they got to go through the weaker vessel. So they got to go through the woman, just like it was in the garden. Since I can't get to Adam, I'm going to go to Eve. Let's go to 3 and 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and the women rule over them. O my people, they which led thee caused thee to err and destroy the way of thy path. They were going to use this woman against them, because now, in order to get, this is what happening today. Our children are running rampant. They don't give a damn about nothing. That's why they took the man up out of the household. And you women think that you're going to be able to raise men. It's not possible. You're not a man. You would never be able to do it. So the fact of the matter is, you think you have it. I raised him and I did this. Okay, we'll see. That's why a lot of times they rebel a lot of times, because that's not how we're supposed to be done. But this is the same tactic they used then. This is the same tactic they used during the slavery, and it's the same tactic they use all the way right here. And that's the same tactic they use today. And that's the reason I pulled that up. Let's go back. Verse 26. Verse 26. And when he had exhorted her with many words, she promised him that she would counsel her son. But to see his mother smart, let me go talk to him. But she bowed herself toward him, laughing at the cruel tyrant to scorn. Spake in her country language on this manner. Oh, my son, have pity. See, they don't understand what she's talking about. They trying to just look up this. They speaking in Hebrew. It's trying to. They don't know what she's talking about. That's why when he spoke the other time, he's like, he perceived it that was wicked. I don't know what that nigga said, but that didn't sound good. The way the expression on his face. But when the young man would not, okay. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. 27. But she bowing herself toward him, laughing with the cruel tyrant to scorn, spake in a country language of this matter. O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee suck 3 years, and nourished thee. That's what y'all need to be having them babies, and nourish them for at least 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth, and all that is therein, and consider that God made them of the things that were not, and so was mankind made likewise. Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy, fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren. Take thy death that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brother. Meaning we will regenerate. They will not be regenerating. They're going to regenerate unto their debt that's going to be coming to them. But they not like us coming back again. So here we go again. Let's go to Luke chapter 12, verse 4. Luke chapter 12, verse 4. Luke chapter 12, verse 4. I'm almost done. Luke chapter 12, verse 4. Verse 4. And I say unto you, my friend, be not afraid of them that kill the body. See, don't be afraid of the Grecians. Don't be afraid of America when they trying to kill you. Don't be afraid of them that kill this body. And after that, have no more that they can do. Because all they can do is kill your body. Well, then what they going to rejoice in? That's what they be doing, killing people thinking, okay, now what? They dead. They dead now. That's all y'all can do? That's all you can do is kill me? That's it? Oh, man, you ain't got nothing. That's what we should be saying. Let's go to Matthew 10 to 28. Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. See, they can't kill your soul. So they can't break you. They can do anything to this body. They can't take this soul away. And this soul needs to be wrapped up in the Most High. And it's in you. I ain't saying in my heart. I'm just saying in you. Because y'all be talking about, this heart just pump Kool-Aid. I mean, her heart just pump blood. But some of y'all hearts just pump Kool-Aid, really. It does. And fear not them that which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both the soul and body in hell. And who is that? The Most High. So that's who you should be worried about. Squash all the other things. Put all of that stuff behind you, because that's not going to get you anywhere. What you need to be doing is taking care of the business of the Most High. Don't worry about when they come at you ready to kill you. You need to be ready to die and be dying for this truth. You need to be ready to be dying for this truth. And at the same time, let's go back. Let's go back over to verse 30. Verse 30. While she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, Whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandment. She said, who you waiting on? You might well kill me. I'm not going to obey this. I'm not going to obey them. I'm not going to obey America. I'm not going to obey Joe Biden. I'm not going to obey the New World Order, one government system. I'm not going to obey their laws. He said, who you waiting for? I will not obey the king's commandment, but I will obey the commandments of the law that was given unto our fathers by Moses. I obey the law, the Most High God laws, but I ain't finna obey y'all. Y'all crazy as son of a gun. And thou that has been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews, the Grecians, so-called white man, the author of it. They the author of it. They the author of it. And thou, the Hebrews, shall not escape the hands of God. Y'all that's coming against us, y'all is not going to escape the hand of God. And he said, for we suffer because of our sin. We going through the thing because of what we did. We know that. And thou, the living Lord, be angry with us a little while for our chastening and correction. Yet he be at one again with his servant. He's going to be at one again with his servant. Let's go to Proverbs 3 and 11. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 11. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Scraping off all that burnt toast, baby. Scrape all that black off. Get out that darkness. Let's get down to that good toast. 3 and 11. My son, despise not chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. Don't be weary. Don't be worried about his correction. Take the correction. Go ahead and take the butt whooping. Get your butt together and get back out there and do what you're supposed to be doing in the first dang gonna place. Job 5 and 7. Let's go to Job chapter 5, verse 7. Job chapter 5, verse 7. Job chapter 5, verse 7. Yet man is born unto trouble, as the sparks fly upward. I will seek God, I will seek unto God, and unto God would I commit my cause. That's what we need to be doing. Unto the Most High, we need to commit his cause. Let's go to 17. Verse 17 in the same Job. Behold, happy is the man whom God corrected. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. Don't get mad because you're getting chastised. Get happy. Because if you wasn't getting chastised, that means the Most High is not dealing with you. So be happy when you're going through. Just like these people, you ain't even getting dead. Y'all Negroes is mad because you got a cold today. So be happy you going through. Y'all ain't went through nothing. You ain't went through nothing. Ain't went through a dang on thing. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6. And it reads, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. Everybody got to go through it. You want to walk in this truth, you finna go through it. Quit crying. Drop them tears. Quit getting in your feelings and get in this truth, man. And do what this Bible tell you to do. God dang it. Simple and plain as that. Let's go back. Verse 34, chapter 7, 2 Maccabees. Verse 34. But thou, O godless man, and all other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause, nor puffed up with uncertain hopes, lifting up thy hand against the servants of God. For thou hast not yet escaped the judgment of the Almighty, who seeth all things. For our brother, who now have suffered a short pain, are dead under God's covenant for everlasting life. That's how you need to be, ready to die. But thou, through the judgment of God, shall receive just punishment for thy pride. And so you have faith in the Most High that he's going to do what he said he's going to do. He's going to revenge you because of you going through it, because you might die in this truth. But you should be ready to die. But I, as my brethren, offer up my body and life for the laws of our fathers, beseeching God that he would speedily be merciful unto our nation, and that thou by torments and plagues mayest confess that he alone is God, and that in me and my brethren the wrath of the Almighty, which is justly brought upon all our nation, may cease. All these curses are going to come to an end when the Most High return. Then the king, being enraged, handled him worse than all the rest, and took it grievously that he was mocked. So this man died undefiled and put his whole trust in the Lord. Last of all after the sons, the mother died. Let this be enough now to have spoken concerning the idolatrous feast and the extreme tortures. Don't give in. Did you just hear what that say at the end? Let this be enough. If that ain't enough to make you come and do these law, statutes, and commandments, you ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get it. Let this be enough now to have spoken concerning the idolatrous feast, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, your birthday, and all the other stuff. Martin Luther King, and what all these other things. Let this be enough now to have spoken concerning the idolatrous feast and the extreme tortures. If this ain't enough, I don't know what it is going to get you over here. Man. And I'm going to leave with this one last scripture that we're going to go to. What is that? 2 Kings chapter 20 verse 1. 2 Kings chapter 20 and verse 1. And we're going to end it on this one. In those days was Hezekiah sick unto death, and the prophet Isaiah the son of Amos came to him and said unto him, thus say the Lord, set thine house in order. In order. In order. Set your house in order. Why? Because we might not be here. That's what those that's in the truth and those that are not in the truth. Set your house in order. For thou shalt die and not live. If death must come upon me while I'm in the truth, make sure you got your house set in order. And on that note, I'm going to say, shalom. Huh?